Ah, uh, um, all right. Good morning. I, uh, I'm very late. I'm, I'm streaming almost 2 hours, technically, later than I said I was going to. Um, I fell asleep. So we're awake now. We are woke. Kind of. I'm gonna load up on as much coffee as I can here. Um. Oh. Just gonna move my monitor a little bit closer. Oh, my muffin's getting chroma keyed too. Let's go. Yeah. So we're gonna do a little bit of waking up right now. But we are also gonna build a keyboard. So actually, let me update my build info here. Where are you? Streamelements.com. It is honestly, it's been kind of rainy today. And I was really hoping that it would keep raining so that I could kind of have some rain ASMR, if you would. But it seems like that's not in the cards for tonight. So we're actually going to be building like a pretty blacked out build, to be honest. Black FR4 plate, black case. We're going to be using cherry black switches. The old tried and true. Exclamation build. Let's see. FR4 plate. And pulse keycaps. Am I gonna do pulse today? Yeah, we'll do pulse. We'll do pulse. All right. Yeah, we'll do pulse. Let's see. Exclamation build. Okay, that works. Very cool. Cool. And actually, this is a 3D printed case that I 3D printed myself. I haven't been doing 3D printing as much lately, but this is one of the few successful prints that came out, and it's actually got some pretty good detail on it. I think I printed this at 0.2 millimeter resolution. Get up there. There's a little bit of texture from the build plate on the top, so we'll see that once the build is complete. Same thing on the bottom. Well, there's this little like seam line that wasn't intentional, we'll say, but it's there. At the very least, this is a case that I made, and I'm very proud on that. All right, we'll put those all to the side here. We'll start with the cherry clip-on stabilizers that I used last time, which I had absolutely zero problems with, so we'll go ahead and use that again. Actually, where is my desk mat? Mat, keyboard, switches, chroma keyed muffin, coffee to the side. Maybe we'll put the muffin a little bit farther away. Anyway. For those of you at home, well, we're all at home. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all that's left of this package is the wires. So, kind of talking about the switches today. I actually don't know when I bought these. So these are Cherry MX Blacks, but I don't know if these are Hyperglide switches. They kind of don't sound like it, to be honest. Like, I prepped these beforehand. These are lubed with the more traditional blend, 205 on the stem, so like a thicker lube, and then 105 oil on the springs. So yeah, this is definitely going to be like a more traditional sounding or traditional feeling board. Whether that's good or not, we will see, actually. Yeah, so let's grab that. Let's grab our syringes of super lube here. My case of super lube is somewhere around here, but I don't know where that somewhere is right now. We'll make do with what we got. What I do actually have to do, well, so these being the really traditional Cherry clip-in stabilizers, there are these little legs here that we'll have to clip off. So I clip off the one here at the bottom and then the one here at the top. That's going to provide a firmer, more singular bottom out. These are originally meant to like dampen the noise, but it also kind of makes the stabilizer feel mushy in a way. But we're going with traditional Cherry MX Blacks for the switches, so we will go traditional Cherry stabilizers for the stabilizers as well. I was kind of on an old like a boomer kick for a while. For context, I've been building keyboards since like 2016, 2017, and so a lot of these like newer technologies like hot swap keyboards where you could change the switches out haven't even been invented yet. there's been so much progress in the keyboard hobby over the last, like, hell, even in the last, like, 2 years. That's kind of come with the keyboard hobby really, really blowing up. So there's been a lot of stuff to make things a lot easier, a lot more accessible for newer builders per se. Also say hello to Chroma Keyed Banana Nut. Actually, I think it's banana chocolate. I'm eating as much as I can before I stain the gloves here. Tweezers. Ignore the noises. There's a lot of things where they shouldn't be right now. Oh, these tweezers. There we go. Okay. Oh, the chatbot doesn't support line breaks. Interesting. And save. But yeah, like basically back when I started, these cherry stabilizers were really the only option we had, unless you wanted to go with the co-star stabilizers, but that required a different plate entirely. So you were pretty much locked in. Like your only choices were like genuine cherry stabilizers like these, and then like the cheap like OEM stabilizers, which didn't have the things to clip off, but they were a lot more scratchy, and you needed to tune them way more to get them to feel nice. So not super ideal. I can definitely tell I'm running out of stuff on this big syringe. I'll have to refill. Actually, I don't even want to know. I don't know if I want to refill that. I have my other syringe, which I've been using to plug the stabilizers, so to speak. And those have all been working a lot better. Two hole is on this side. Which means that goes this way. But also, I really wanted to go outside today because of my work schedule. I've been doing a lot of closing shifts recently, a lot of like middle shifts, so I haven't been able to do a lot outside of work. So I'm just trying to get as much time as I can now before things start getting crazy. Especially during the holiday season, our work gets pretty nutso. Especially because of the commission-based nature of the work. So anytime anytime people want to give presents or anytime people receive presents is when we get a huge, like a pretty huge spike in activity. Let's see. One more. And then that should be most of the manual lubing we have to do here. And speaking of which, the technique that I'm using is pretty traditional. I know some people used to use like dielectric grease back in the day, but super lube was always the second option. Oh, I'm getting a lot of stains on my gloves. I'm pretty sure I did not touch. Oh, I think my it seems the syringe has failed. There's a lot of lubricant on the sides here. I definitely will not be reusing the syringe. Yeah, I have like a bunch of super lube on my hands now. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Tissue, tissue, tissue. It is everywhere. Holy crap. Even if I wasn't on stream, I'm glad I gotta use gloves. So in full disclosure, I did build this up before. This is a hot swap board, and so I did a hot swap build with a full-size spacebar. I've since learned I don't like full-space spacebars or full-length spacebars. But it was to test out some new switches, which I think going forward, this is probably going to be my my switch test bed per se. I may swap out the case with an aluminum one sometime down the road, because this is technically a minivan PCB that'll be compatible with pretty much anything. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, there's a lot of upgrade paths for this keyboard down the road. Now I need my screwdriver. It's a little dark. Hold on, let me pop the auxiliary light on. There we go. Screwdriver. Oop. Hold on, keyboard disconnected. Go in. There we go. Oh, is my PCB fucking up? A lot of noise, a lot of desktop noises happening right now. A little concerned, actually. Lighting, white, save. The keyboard in question is my UT47-2 in acrylic case that I have engraved the DDR arrow pattern into, actually. I just rebuilt this earlier this morning to kind of get it usable. Um, eventually, or not eventually, pretty soon here, I'm gonna start doing I'm gonna make a family picture of all of my boards. I did one kind of recently, but it was just all of my boards in general. But I want to do one specifically for my 40% boards, so that I can increase my rank in the 40s Discord. I think I can't remember what the count is off the top of my head, but I'm fairly certain I'm at 40% keyboards right now. Somewhere around there. Which in that Discord grants you the 40% deity rank, which gets you a nicer color in the a nicer user color name, basically. And that's the main reason I want to update my rank, so to speak. All right, dip the wire, because I filled a tiny little contact case, or like a little makeup case with this stuff, but I think it's somewhere else in the world. I'm really hoping I didn't ship it out with any commissions that I did recently, so we'll find out where that is eventually. Why is this being so difficult? You're supposed to just go in. Go in. There we go. The stream needs less stabilizers, to be honest. Oh, actually, I don't know if I ever showed you. Have you heard of the Hyper 7 keyboard? So, the Hyper 7 keyboard, they ship it to you with 30 stabilizers. I gotta pull this up on stream. Hold on. Let me just snap this shit in. Wait, actually, what the heck? I didn't flip it around, did I? I think I flipped the stabilizer around. The 2-hole part isn't on the right side. We're gonna do a 180 here. Let me just pop this wire in, and I'll pop the Hyper 7 up on screen. But that's if I wasn't such a tiny keyboard kind of guy, that's the kind of keyboard I would go for, is the Hyper 7. Let's do a little bit of lube on the joint there. All right, here, let me pull this up real quick. Can I pull? Let's see. And there we are. This is the Hyper 7 keyboard. So it's a very unique layout. So the funny part is, actually, the main cluster, like the main area in the center, actually has 0 stabilizers, including those escape and complete keys on the top corners. Well, actually no, those ones do. But all of those keys on the top row, the slanted part, are all 2-unit keys. So All of those need stabilizers. It's a mess. It is a beast of a keyboard. And actually it has, like, basically, back in the day when, oh, there's his name, 7-Bit. 7-Bit used to do like individual, group buys for like individual keycaps and stuff like that. So they actually made the keycaps for this layout of keyboard even before they actually made the keyboard. They called it like the Space Cadet kit. There's actually right here. So this is the original inspiration, the Space Cadet. But the Hyper 7 is where they added a slanted top layer, and then they doubled up on those giant macros on the top. It's a kind of interesting history, actually. Yeah, and then this case was actually super jank. Like it was just a slab that they like bolted the PCB onto. But now there's a proper like bent steel case for this now. Look at that. Look at all those fucking stabilizers. Oh. Honestly, if I ever get this keyboard, I will do it. I will lube and tune like all of these stabilizers on stream and just suffer, basically. So that's the story of that. There we go. Yeah, this is the Stream Deck. Oh my god, I'm scrolling through all of my sources. There we go. Oh wait, I'm not done. There's still one more wire. But yeah, I basically have been asleep for, I took a nap, so I went out for like a very, very short while. I was supposed to go to the arcade and play a bit, but I got sidetracked. I installed a Noctua fan into my main computer's radiator. Oh, okay, that's a secret. So actually, tolerances are pretty good on the original Cherry stabilizers. Like, it's really hard for me to wedge the wire in there. But yeah, my main PC, the fan on my radiator was like, was getting really freaking loud. Like, it was just vibrating. Yeah, Cherry clip-ins are 100% the value play. And boomer take, but like at this point I don't really need anything else. Like this is the this is my MX Black, which again coincidentally we're using today. But yeah, it's again I'm not sure if this is a Hyperglide or not. And you can still kind of hear the scratch, but we'll see once we actually put the keycaps on. Let's start building this up. So, yeah, just 2 stabilizers for the bottom keys. Yeah, that scratch is character. Maybe you should get a Minisub for like your tester board. I know. Wait, is the? Oh no, the group buy ended. So Rain of Rainkeebs made this hot swap PCB, and he also made the case for it called Hubris, which the Jade just get it Cerakoted. It was running on P3D Store. It's an aluminum version of this case that I 3D printed. Gotta support the boy Rain, but true. I still have no idea when that's gonna run. I know it's like coming soon. Like, I know they were supposed to like run the mini-me in September, but I haven't kept up since then. I don't know what's really happening with that. All right, so this one's FR4, an FR4 plate. So we're gonna go ahead and just put the outer 4 switches on first. Delayed, but the turnaround time will be shorter. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, so for hot swap for like FR4 plates, I start with the outside and then go in, versus like plastic plates where I do it from the inside out. Mostly for positioning reasons. Wait, the Pine Sol sold out that quick? Holy crap. Even on Pine 64? I had no idea it was like that. Like, I don't have no idea it's that crazy, because like I was able to just like buy this. No, it's being hyped up. No. Not the streamers. Stop hyping up this cheap, easily accessible $25 soldering iron. No way. Actually, I think technically it's open source, so you could like order the PCBs and like build it. The streamers are hyping up this soldering iron. Other than this, it technically is a clone of the TS100 soldering iron. So if you can find that, that is a reasonable substitute. It's a lot more expensive than the Pine Sol, but I wonder who's hyping up the Pine Sol. Who's out here revealing the hidden tech for the world to see? October, so it's like, oh, it's probably like a monthly thing. Yep, come on, there we go. Get this out the way. I mean, to be fair, there's like a lot of customizability to the Pine Sol. Like, I know you can buy like different colored shells and different colored grips and stuff for it. Walking time. Oh, Alex recommends it? Okay. Alright. I see. I see how it is. I mean, to be fair, that is something that I'll agree with on him. Like, this is probably the best soldering iron, especially for the value, but also just because of how, like, just how light and maneuverable it is. I don't know if you remember the old soldering iron that I work with, but it was like basically a whole soldering station. So it's just like tethered to like this giant brick of a power supply, whereas this one I can just plug in like with USB-C to like my like just any regular like wall charger basically. Right now I have it connected to my Pixel my old Pixel wall charger, which that delivers a lot of juice because it's also like USB-C to USB-C. Let's see. Pins are a little, I don't know, the pins don't look dodgy, but it's feeling a little bit different than usual. I'm trying to fit it in here. I think a pin might be like wobbly or something. There we go. Yeah, I think like for soldering, like 100% go for the pine sol. Desoldering, the engineer sucker. Like this has been a lot better than all of the other like cheap plastic ones that I've been using. And gun only. Well, maybe I don't want to spend like X hundred amount of dollars on a desoldering gun when I can do this. I actually I was like desoldering I did a lot of keyboard chores like this morning at like 10 a.m. My FRL TKL, the Absinthe, the stacked acrylic one that has like this one. The J key actually wasn't responding sometimes, so this morning I went ahead and I just desoldered it, tweaked with the spring leaf a little bit, or the contact leaf, and we fixed it. Yeah. So I did that. I installed VIA onto the UT47 that I have right here. Right here. My muffin is compromising itself. And it's being chroma keyed. So I actually took out the foam from this because the foam sound was like kind of crap. So I took out the foam, I installed VIA. There's like, I actually have a lot of keyboards that still don't run VIA, either because they're like super old and just like don't have a lot of, you know, like not a lot of people in the community built them, and so there's not really an incentive to write firmware for it. I guess technically the firmware conversion isn't super complicated to make something like VIA or Vial compatible. It's just a little tedious because basically what you have to do to make a keyboard VIA or Vial compatible is write another JSON file, like basically based off of the keyboard layout editor, but you also have to assign each key to, you know, a place in the matrix, even though it's already defined in the firmware files for like regular QMK. Like they're kind of weird with that. Like I really don't know why, but yeah, like technically it should be super simple to port something to VIA Vial. I don't know why you would do something to VIA or port something to VIA when Vial exists. Does VIA still not have a way to configure encoders, or did they update that already? Do you know? Because yeah, the last time I messed around in VIA, like that was still just not a thing. Like I remember the Canon keys Satisfaction 75 had like custom firmware that was basically like, it was like bitmashed or something like that, where yeah, Vial for sure, because that was one of the main selling points of Vial over VIA, other than you know, being actually open source, yeah, at the time of release. And you can port whatever keyboard you want to Vial without having to you know, wait for a or without having to submit like a pull request and get it approved and all that kind of stuff. Trying to finish this muffin in one bite so I can get it out the way. Yeah, the Vial interface, like I know it's like less polished, quote unquote, but I do like the Vial interface a lot more than VIA, because things are just like way more compacted, so you just have access to a lot more stuff like easier. Let's see. So Hubris is pretty simple. So this one is actually just a top mount, 4 points, which you can do this if you run a 40% keyboard, and it just sits in like that. No problem. Now the problem is, where did I put my screws? Because this is a 3D printed board, I don't have any screws like specifically for this, but we'll go ahead and use some of the spares that I've been accumulating here. Just get some smallish ones. And that's a little shorter. Let's see if I can find something that matches. That's a little longer. I think that's the one. Found the Goldilocks screw. And we're actually going to be using the electric screwdriver today, just because I've had it out for basically this whole day. So technically this needs 10 M2 screws, so 4 to mount the plate into the board, and then 6 to mount the 2 case halves together. But the printer tolerances that I have, I accidentally made it pretty tight, and so actually I can just kind of like press the 2 case halves together and it'll just stay put. Oop. Oh man, the screw isn't magnetized. Let's put this right there. Come on, go in, go in, go in, go. I might have to do something here. This is probably one of my top gripes, is having non-magnetized screws. hopefully I can start screwing this in. The first time I ever dealt with like non-magnetized screws. Yeah, the Vegas screws aren't magnetized. That sucks. The first time I ever dealt with non-magnetized screws was I was building the Tata 68, and it was with the wood case that I got custom made, but the screws that the guy sent me weren't magnetized, so it was like bad. It was not a great it was not a great experience at all. And yeah. No. It wasn't your Tata 68. It was my own. I had a wooden case for it. And actually to kind of make things worse, it was the old plate, you know, the stainless steel plate. Oh, yours was a wood case too? Wait. I don't remember it having a wood case when you sent it to me. I think it was the plastic one. Or am I remembering this wrong? Oh crap. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so technically I can screw this whole thing together, but it holds together pretty well without any screws. I can hold it by the case bottom and just kind of shake it, and it just like holds in place. Look at that USB port clearance. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like I lost a couple screws in between the PCB and the plate, and so it's like, like when you move the keyboard around, you can hear some rattling, and it's like, all right, I'll just ignore that for now, until eventually you really can't. So yeah, that was a nightmare and a half. All right, put that away. Put these old stabilizer screws away as well. These MX Blacks can go in the jar. I'll probably lube another batch of these eventually, but I want to get Hyperglides. Oh, that's what I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to get bump-ons for this thing. Hold on. There goes my neck. Oh, you gave the Tata away? Hell yeah. Oh, the sperm board. I remember you talking about that one. Let's see. Screws. Sockets. Priming tools. Stabilizers. Feet. Oh, no, those aren't the feet. There we go, feet. Your pores were cleaned, your crops became watered once you got rid of the curse. Actually, were these bump-ons, was this board made for these bump-ons? I got these I got these strip ones from, I think, Prime KB. They look pretty close to what's supposed to be on here. Interesting. Huh. Alright, let's see here. We gotta put bump-ons on to get the full, to get the real experience of this board. Otherwise, it's just like totally flat-footed on the desk, which I heard is supposed to, or like affects the sound by like a lot, because of how much contact the board makes with the desk. There was that like sound spreadsheet that I saw, the one by Black Simon, whereas like every single factor that could affect how the board sounds. And so you can tell like there's like, it's, I think the last time that got updated was like 2019, because they didn't talk about like gummy worm mounting yet, or what else? Actually, yeah, I don't think they even had like full information about like regular gasket mounts, much less gummy worm mounts. But a lot of the advice and stuff in there was still like pretty solid. Honestly, I could probably do like a full blackout build on this. Like everything else on here is black right now, but this is a minivan layout, which has the like the weird 40% keys, the 1.75 backspace, the 1.5 enter, the 1.25 unit tab. So I probably should stick with my original idea of using GMK Pulse, because that has support for this. Let me grab my stuff. I still maintain that GMK Pulse is probably, well, not specifically GMK Pulse, but just the Pulse colorway is probably like my favorite colorway of all time. Shout outs to Mito for choosing a very nice color to put on to a keyboard. But let's see, speaking of cursed keyboards, what have I put out that was cursed? Oh, at one point I did have a the keyboard was literally called Nightmare. My issue with that one when I had it was, so the case itself was 3D printed, as well, like the plate was integrated with the top half of the case and everything. At the bottom, so they had the holes to, like, you know, support the stabilizers and stuff like that. When I put the stabilizers on, it turns out the holes that they placed were actually kind of misaligned with how they were on the PCB. So what I had to do was I had to take my soldering iron and actually like burn a hole through the case to like cut new holes to put the stabilizers in. It was it was a little freaky doing that actually, but actually it was kind of nice smelling. I don't know if you're too familiar with like 3D printing stuff, but like the base plastic that people print is with the base material that people print with is PLA plastic, which is actually bioplastic. It's derived from corn. Yeah. And so when I was burning it, there was actually like a sweet smell coming off of the keyboard. Like I was caramelizing the sugars on the board or something. It was kind of unique, actually. Let's see, backspace. I'm gonna get the 40% keys in there. Got the backspace. Got the tab. Even though this is not gonna be tab at all. And enter. Oh wait, wrong size enter. This one. What else? Escape. I need the short shift. Wait, I'm not done with the bottom row yet. What am I doing? I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. Still got to do the 0. Yeah, and then eventually that Nightmare keyboard, I shipped it off. I think it was somebody in Indonesia that bought it. And so I paid for shipping. I think because I didn't have pirate ship yet, I think I paid $45 to ship it out all the way there. And there was just like not any tracking, so I don't know what ended up happening with that. But the buyer didn't contact me ever again, so I'm assuming everything went all right. I hope. I forgot actually how this bottom row is laid out, but we'll experiment until it works. I think it was 1.25 and then 1 and then 1.25. That looks about right. And then we'll put the code key over there in the corner. And that'll be, I'll put another shift key down here, and then these will be the arrow keys, and then I think this one is a 1.25 there. It's been a while since I last worked with this PCB. Down. Actually, despite being a PLA plate, there's actually quite a lot of flex on this thing. Also, I don't know if it's the lighting, but like it kind of looks like it shined, but there we go. That's a little bit more representative. It's not super shined. I have been using this key set, not recently, but it was on one of my daily drivers like a while ago. But yeah, like it looks like it shined on camera, but you can still see like all the texture is still there, and it's like uniform. Yeah, like not gamer shine, but maybe it was that run in particular. Where is my... oh, there it is. Shift key, even though that's going to be enter. This is going to be the apostrophe key, because that's what my hands are used to. Because basically my key map for minivans and minivan derivatives like this is based off of the plank that I used to have, or that I still have, where the enter key is down here on the, like if you count from the bottom, like the second row, that's kind of like one of the hardest things that I have, or that I deal with when switching between small keyboards to regular people keyboards, like 60%, TKLs, all that kind of stuff. Is it's not so much the backspace, although that kind of messes with me too, but it's that drop in the enter key. Like I hit this and it's like, oh, are you hitting shift? No, I don't want to hit shift, but all right, if you insist. I don't have the bars for this. I don't have the spacebar kit for this, but I do have an extra kit. Give me one moment. This is a kit of GMK bleach spacebars, which should be the same color of black as that. I don't think they made like a custom black for GMK Pulse. Because I don't have the original base kit for Bleach, but I have the spacebars because the spacebars are, the color codes on these are CR for the black and then WS2 for the white. Which the CR spacebars, the black spacebars, are pretty standard. A lot of key sets use CR black. But for GMK Delta, for their white key or for their white alphas, instead of using WS1 like most white on black or black on white sets, they actually use WS2, which is like a cooler version. Oh, my case looks shined. I kind of threw this in storage, but I didn't think there was like that much damage done to it. I might have to like do some like sanding and spraying on this eventually. Let's see here. I think this is a record for how short of a time it took to put together a keyboard. Why is it disconnecting? Don't stop. I think my cable's finally starting to go. I need to put a net dot connector on this thing. Does it work? File. Oh, here, let me zoom in just a tad. For whatever reason, the texture of the mouse pad is giving like these like shimmer artifacts on there. Time for $100 cable. Actually, I do have a like an actual custom cable. I got it from Cruise Control Cables. Let me actually bring that out. Hold on. We'll do that. Finish off the coffee first. But yeah, I actually did have I traded actually a tankless board for this cable. Don't ask. Is it still in here? Yes, it is. Okay. Back when I used actual carrying cases for everything. This is the carrying case for my my Canon Keys Atlas. But yeah, like this has like all of the, minimize that. This is all of the fixins, you know? It's actually I think I actually did order it to match GMK Pulse. Or I guess at the time was SA Pulse. But yeah, it's got the coiled cable. It's got the, I went ahead and got the aviator connector, paracord, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the big boy, $100 custom cable. There we go. Yeah, coiled cables are no longer in because I don't know why they were ever in. No, magnetic cables are the new meta. Let's fucking go. Alright, here we go. Duck that. Go to return to monkey. Ba-ba. Oh, Breakfast Club. I thought that was Futurama when they said Bender. What the hell? What is that? Oh, wrong one. Don't get DMCA challenged. Very hard. Yeah, don't. The fix is simple. Just have the USB port flush with the edge of the board. Or just have keyboards that are designed for it, like 40% keyboards. Let's go. Oh, I'm choking. Hold on. as a stronger human being. Real human being. Wow, even with all those mess ups, it's still 96. I think I have to mess with the layout a little bit because I originally had this set up for like a single spacebar instead of a split spacebar like this. So I think I still have a couple of keys that are like unbound that I'll have to put together. Actually, let me do this again because I've actually been monitoring on the wrong microphone. I put my monitor. I put my monitor on my regular desk microphone and not the ASMR microphone. So even though I did 2 typing tests, I still don't actually know how this sounds because I've been monitoring my my other mic. Give me one moment here. All right, we'll do this again. Hold on. Da, 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 da. Bleh. All right, a little sloppy there, but honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. These are Cherry MX Blacks. These sound like Cherry MX Blacks. Not really any surprises there. Like, now that I can monitor it, I do kind of hear the like the scratch per se. Like even in the even on the space or the stabilized keys. But it's altogether not unpleasant, I'll say. Yeah, like you said earlier, it's character. But here, let me for comparison, we'll do the UT47 in acrylic. Stop. Fucking Windows. Hold on. I hate Windows noises. So yeah, so this one here. So this is the UT47 acrylic case, but I don't remember if I don't know if I remember I show you the typing test on this, but this one is this one's stock. These are stock Gatoron Pros, Gatoron Pro yellows. Like, these feel lubed, and they sound lubed. Like holy crap, for like 30 cents. I don't even think it's 30 cents a switch, but this is like Gatoron Yellow Pros are probably the best value that you can get on a Switch, like, ever. Even like all of the other like Switches where this, like, they say they're good enough to use stock, like, basically will end up feeling like this anyway. Like, they're smooth enough, they sound good enough. Like, I'm literally gonna stock up on this. Like, these ones, and then there's also a new group buy. There is another group buy coming up, actually right now, for these Haimu trash switches. These ones. Let me here, let me play the sound test real quick. Like, that, I'm pretty sure was also a like a stock, just like a stock or a stock Switch test, sound test. There it is. But yeah, like, basically the person running this one, Alice, so they have been basically like traveling, like going through Taobao and just ordering like a bunch of like different switches. I think I remember talking about like transmit switches, like transmit DP Ice or whatever, but those got like pretty universally good reviews. And then they're also saying that these trash switches by Haimu are gonna be better than that. So they're cheap enough. Like, once you hit, so let's see, so 10 switches is $4.30, so 43 cents a switch. 50 cents is 21, so that's like 42 cents. Yeah, like 42 cents a switch, or 42 cents a switch. 100 switches is $40, or 40 cents per switch. And then you can actually get 500 for $175, which is like 36 or so, 36 or so per switch. I'm really tempted to buy the 500, just so that I'll never have to like get more like new switches ever again. But also, I know that I'm probably gonna want to try different switches in each board. I think I might spring for the 100 switches at most. But definitely something to consider. I think in the A/B test, I do like the UT47 over the over the Minisub with black switches. Oh, let's do the A/B test. Yeah, like even after I lubed the MX Black with 205 and 105 on the springs, honestly, I can't tell if it's because of the 3D printed case or, you know, because of the actual switch itself. I think the thing to do would be to like do a 1-to-1 swap of the switches and see from there. But yeah, I think these both use 47 switches total. But we'll save that for another time. I'll probably like record a video on that. I don't know. Maybe plate material. So this one, the Minisub, is FR4. This one is integrated. So it's acrylic. So it's actually low profile. It just mounts into the top layer of acrylic on here, and everything's just bolted together. I just like acrylic plate noises. Yeah, acrylic is cheating, exactly. I'll probably get a palm plate or something cut for this. The other keyboard that the other minivan keyboard that I have has a palm plate. Maybe we'll do a comparison on that. Here, let me grab that out real quick. Right. Trashman Coriander. This is the one with the is it patinaing or is it chroma keyed? There's like a light patina on it now. I have to clean the copper a little bit and then seal it. Oh. Yeah, you just gotta get a keyboard that has the that's basically built for the net dock connector. Just grab this out. That's the wrong net dot. I have one net dot that's connected to power. Huh. I guess I don't have one connected to this PC yet. But yeah, anyway, to remove the net dock connector, you just wedge it from both sides. It's that simple. Easy clap. We'll put the net dot back on after this. But yeah, I like the sound of this board too. So palm plate, the plates are actually cross compatible between this Minisub and this Coriander. So that four tab mounting method is known in the community as Coriander mount. So there's like a few cases that were kind of built around this like mounting method, because it does give like a pretty decent amount of flex when used properly. Like this one, this FR4 one does have like a bit of flex to it, but that's also because it's going into a PLA 3D printed case. This one, so this is actually a palm plate, but cut in the exact same layout as the other one. But here, let's do the A/B testing. Pull you back up. Pull this mic back up. Pull monkey back up. Monkey. Oh, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I was also going to guess like To Kill a Mockingbird, but yeah, that makes more sense. But the immediate difference is that the space bars sound a lot better on the Coriander. I mean, this is to be expected, honestly, because the Coriander is a how much did I spend on this? The case, at least. Well, let's see, case. We'll say case, PCB, and plate, right? Case, PCB, and plate, I think, was about $400 for that, and then this is. I paid $10 for the plate. I paid nothing for the case, and then I paid $45 for the PCB. So, $55 keyboard versus $400 keyboard, technically. But, excuse me. Also, this is soldered, and I just like soldering. But yeah, definitely there is a difference in weight class, even though these are pretty darn similar to each other. Also, this is using a marshmallow switches, the Coriander, so that's kind of cheating, because I think my favorite sounding switches are going to be marshmallows, these ones, the Gatoron Pros, the banana splits. Those are probably my top three. Cherry Black, like, I definitely don't like as much, but it's the standard. Like 100%, this is kind of like the baseline standard. Kind of like how Gatoron Pros used to be like the standard, or Gatoron Yellows used to be like the standard for smoothness, and then they just kept making them like better and better. But yeah, like now the Pros are like the new standard for smoothness. So like realistically, like when you're buying switches now, you're doing it for either the long pole, or for, you know, the material making it sound kind of different. Oh, the Aflions, yeah. So I actually have a batch of Aflion icebergs. Those are actually pretty cheap. Oh, the matcha lattes, yeah. The Invoke stuff. Yeah, Aflion is coming up. Uh, it's there basically. I'm here. Let me switch back. I'm ambivalent on Athlion because I have their iceberg, so that's kind of like their budget line, right? Um, excuse me. Sorry, dying. Wait, what the hell? Like not even machine, like they're just dead ass hand looping. That's huh. Interesting. Hmm. Well, we'll see how sustainable that is. I know the what was it? The other thing from Invokeys, the what was the blueberries, the blueberry chiffons? Yeah, I know the blueberry chiffons come like you can order them pre-lubed and stuff. Firefox. Oh, did he? How? What did he say about it? Because I'm very interested in these because they're like MX Brown, inspired. I've kind of been on a like a light tactile kick. I'll be I'll be real. Something kind of feels off with this board. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm making a lot more errors than I do. Like even with the like versus the coriander, which is basically the same thing. I I don't know what it is. Maybe the cherry MX blacks are doing weird things to me. Sussy. A lot of errors going on there. I did spring swap. I spring swapped to the to those TX springs that you got. Yeah, I went to the TX 65 gram springs. So this is actually the first spring swap that I've done in a while. And the 65 gram should be the bottom out, so it should, it should feel more like yellows or something. There's something about it that's now it's kind of sussing me out. I don't know what it is. It is weird, but yeah. Anyway, we'll probably call it for tonight. I'm gonna enter my gamer arc this week. We're gonna like I'm gonna make Dalton stream, and I'm gonna stream once Gundam Evolution comes out. That's what I'll be doing like the whole week. I do have a lot of closing shifts, and so I'll probably be streaming like late hours. But we'll see how that goes. I actually have to prepare a like a space flight sort of outfit. Like I have my other outfit that I have right now, which would probably still work for that purpose, but we'll we'll see if I have enough time to do it. But yeah, we'll call it for tonight. That's probably one of the quickest boards that I've I've built on stream, but because it's all hot swap, there's only like 4 screws for the case. So we'll we will call this for tonight. I will see you later. Bruce. When do you want me to send you an 1800? Honestly, I would be down to do an 1800. On the simple fact that it doesn't have as many stabilizers as like a real full size. Like if you split the 0 key on the numpad and you have the short right shift, that's already 2 less stabilizers than a full size keyboard. Like you have, oh my god, you're gonna get the Windex. Nah. Oh no. Yeah, because you have the shift. So shift, space, enter, backspace. And then optionally the 2 numpad stabilizers, like the plus key and the enter key. So that's like 6 compared to 8 for like a regular full size. So yeah, that wouldn't be as bad. But I'm definitely gonna use cherry clip-ins. Like I don't think I'll ever do L stabs again. Like I've been traumatized by the L stabs. Two two sets of L stabs. Can I? Two two set two. Oh, I can't do it. No, I'm good, thank you. And with that, I will say goodnight.